The easiest way I know to explain unconscious bias, also known as implicit bias, as you can see here, is to differentiate it from our conscious bias, also known as explicit bias. First, we need to realize that between our 5 senses, taste, hearing, sight, touch, and smell, our brains take in millions of bits of information every moment. If we had to be aware of all of these bits of information, it would cause complete overload. So our amazing brains figured out a way to handle this. The part of our thinking brain that we are aware of is our conscious. It deals with only a small amount of information at a time, which our brain has decided is most important in that moment. Whereas all the other millions of bits of information are sorted quickly and easily into categories by our unconscious mind, without us even realizing it is happening. As information comes into our unconscious, it's decided whether it's good or bad, makes us happy, or feels dangerous, and many other categories. It is very much like the glacier you see in this photo. We only see a very small amount of it, but it is more than 10 times this size, and most of it is below the surface. The unconscious mind is much like this, with all that sorting happening below the surface. And how it sorts the bits of information is based on the experiences we have had and the messaging we have been receiving throughout our lives, whether from our family and friends, society as a whole, the mass media, and more. The most important thing to recognize between what is happening in our conscious and unconscious minds is that they don't always agree with each other. For example, our unconscious might be sorting information into a quote-unquote bad category based on the prejudices and stereotypes that we've been exposed to in our society. But if we were aware of that thinking, we simply know better and don't agree with those prejudices. The unconscious sorting of information into categories may have been helpful to keep us safe in the early days of man, but in our modern society, it can have negative real-world consequences.